Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology. This one is for January 26th, 2022. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 15, and if you add the 1 and the 5 together, you get the number 6. The number 6 is a hermit number. It's an introspection number. It's the number of priests and saints and monks and shaman and people who know that the answers are not outward, but the answers are inward. The number 6 reminds us that the pathways we seek are the ones that have the sign mindfulness on the door. Meditation is more important than ever in this constricted and fear-based world. The opportunity for truth is the individual's choice. The only way I have found to find truth is through meditation and the dedication to the eradication of the lies that the soul tells itself. Peace is filled with the endless pitfalls of attachment, and peace comes from being willing to step on the path to know the self, once it is separated from all the games that humans create as a distraction. We are all on a path. We will all choose words that we will either accept or reject. All the guides and angels can do is show us the path again and again. It is up to us to step on to that path. That is why the number 6 is so important. It is the call of our deepest self and our most devoted guides and angels to help us see that which we continue to deny. Truth is a hard pill to swallow. So many great teachers and gurus kept showing me the mirror of myself, the one that I refused to see and tried desperately to reject. They reminded me to look with humility at the arrogance of our younger selves and see that all along it was just the ego needing to be right. I now know that being right means nothing. Each path is unique. Do not expect others to follow your path. The journey to awareness is littered with the shards of old illusions, desires, and attachments. Mankind has forever wandered through a landscape of wasted time and tried to get what it wanted at the expense of the truth. Surrender to what is real in this moment rather than grasp at what pictures the mind manifested for an illusionary future. The number 6 is a call to each of us to stop, be still, and look inward. It is a reminder that the mind races ahead and wants to seek a solution, but without a clear center, that same mind will only loop in the patterns that are familiar and become lost in the maze of thoughts and feelings that will never show the truth, only the doorways back to the domains of suffering. And the astrology today. The intensity of the Scorpio moon continues, much to the dismay of most everyone out there. Seems that there are so many that cannot seem to extract themselves from the mood of this moon. We are all in quite an intense astrological cycle, and that is why the only answer is to just let go and to allow the waves of change to take us peacefully into new directions. While we may want to understand from our own narrow point of view, some things cannot be clarified in the current mental atmosphere that we find ourselves in. That is why, as we trust the universal flow and move into uncharted domains of awareness, we will often find the answers in a future time when we can reflect and see more clearly, and when our ego is not overlaying projections onto a situation. The more we learn to meditate and reflect from a place of calmness and center, the more we can see the multitude of layers that impact all aspects of life, our lessons, and our growth. Mercury in the North Node trine, and that can help us move forward. We are in a month of transition. While we are almost complete with this month, we are feeling the painful journey as we move through the last bit of Pluto's dark tunnel of change. All of us are to be transformed in this year as Pluto finishes up in the last degrees of Capricorn. The lunar nodes have switched signs and have moved from Gemini into Taurus, and the south nodes from Sagittarius into Scorpio. Now we seek a new balance between the physical and the metaphysical, our financial security and our emotional security. The previous pattern of the nodes in Gemini Sagittarius had allowed humanity to be able to continue the games of duality and bend things away from the cold, hard facts and to swallow the choking lies of unfounded controversy. But that has now ended. As we move into the scorpionic patterns, we will see the hackers, spies, and other hidden forces that have been previously able to manipulate the masses. Discernment becomes essential in this cycle. Keeping both feet on the ground and being willing to mine the darkness within becomes the new focus. We are to be transformed on a core identity level. Pluto is stripping us of our ego and demanding a structural change. The underworld that we have hidden from ourselves has been brought into our consciousness, and now we can clearly see the layers of attachment. It is clear that we have no other choice but to let go. Not getting what we want will be the theme this week, and while the truth confronting us may piss us off, it is designed to set us free from the old patterns of behavior that do not serve who we really are. And my quote for today: the journey to awareness is littered with the shards of old illusions, desires, and attachments. Mankind has forever wandered through a landscape of wasted time and tried to get what it wanted at the expense of truth. And my blog for today: as you might have noticed from everything I've written today, yesterday I did a lot of meditating, and as I began my deeper meditation in a space of prayer to this world, which is struggling so desperately between the illusions of reality and the truth, so much compassion is needed at this time in the face of desperate egos demanding something that is not real or possible in this new evolving reality in which we all find ourselves experiencing. One of my little secret weapons is the mantra Japji, and so I repeated the mantra Japji and focused on some passages that helped me. The one that I found most interesting was, though one accumulates loads of treasures from the 7 continents, the desires of the hungry mind are not dispelled. So as I was repeating Japji, I came up with some mantras that were like little personal mantras for myself as I move forward. So I'm going to share these with you. One is, mankind plays with billions of games, wits, and fantastic devices to try to manipulate cleverness into truth. And they fail at every turn. Truth is not of the mind. Those thoughts within the mind will not be carried on the wings of the soul to the divine. And another one. Truth is the highest form of love incarnated into this world. Some believe love is a materialistic gift manifested by the incessant hunger and demands from the desire domain of the human condition. But even when those desires are granted, where are the words or prayers of gratitude for those gifts? They are not there. They are lost in the selfishness of the human condition. And another one. The acceptable gift of return that the divine accepts is a heart filled with love, joy, and peace, one that is ready to be shown the world. And another one. Within the mind is a treasure of precious stones, jewels, and gems in the form of divine knowledge, manifestations of excellence, and attributes of compassionate creation. And another one. Achievements are the worms of hypocrites and those that demand recognition for external patterns of control. I've been busy, as you can tell. Another one. Those that reach for virtues manifest miraculous powers that stand the tests of time and space. Those that support the earth and skies, those that conquer fear and see beyond the torment of death and dying, sweat off the sorrows of the earthly plane and allow the layers of death and creation to be absorbed into the forces of physical existence, to be recycled into accelerated and ascended potentials for the greater good of all. And another one. We are spirit absorbed into body and nature. We are here to inspire our soul to channel forms of knowledge into transcendental pathways for spiritual progression. And my last one. Each step in this domain is a pilgrimage into the unfathomable domains of blindness and ignorance. By absorbing the ocean of virtues, we move past learning into wholeness and become an empty vessel for love's potential wisdom. Thanks, everyone.